Hello, hello. Stuart Heath here, CEO and founder of Harvard Grace Capital, with another episode from our deals we didn't do. Sometimes you don't really get a chance to get into a deal because the seller doesn't like the look of the buyer. We are a relatively small boutique firm. We do not operate a fund, and we raise all the money for our deals at the same time, at the time that we do the deal. We've been relatively successful for that, and we don't have a fund for some good economic basic reasons. I think when you have a fund, sometimes you get pressured to do a deal because you need to put some capital to work. But that's not what we do. And say we're relatively small with $20 million in assets under management, which is pretty small in the real estate world. And so sometimes sellers, especially if they're represented by big time international brokers, will look at us and maybe not think that we're big enough to do their deal. And in this particular case, this seller had individual properties listed all across the state of Alabama, but what we saw was a couple of listings. Didn't realize it was the same seller, but they came up at the same time. And after we got into discussions, we made very good, solid offers based upon their asking prices, and the brokers told us that. But then the seller decided they wanted to sell all 30 pieces of property all at one time to one buyer. So they have been tarrying for months and months, and as of this recording, they have still haven't done a deal with the REIT that they supposedly been talking to. REITs are notorious funds. A REIT is spelled REIT, and that stands for Real Estate Investment Trust, and they can either be private or they can be publicly traded. And because of their size, they're kind of notorious for dragging sellers along. I don't know if that's happening in this case or not. Anyway, so sometimes we didn't do a deal because we never could get into the game. We made very good offers. Of course, the seller helped us. They listed these prices at fairly reasonable prices, and just really good tenant mix and good quality cash flows. And we made a very competitive offer and didn't get into the game. So that's why we didn't do this deal. So sometimes you don't get a chance to get up to bat. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.